Lyrics don't sell records. That's what this comment said. He said lyricism doesn't sell records. You right? If you think this is lyricism.
So they might have been ahead of them, and I ain't talking alphabetical, but they never know the effort that it took to be incredible.
There's actually some bars kind of hidden in there, but people think that technical skill is lyricism. Like you developing a technical craft. When the truth is, lyricism is the personal display of emotion through art, like music or poetry. The key part of lyricism is emotion. The problem is a lot of rap fans think that the technical skill is the lyricism. It's not just the punchline, just the metaphor, or the fact that the entendre is there. It's what are those things doing and conveying? Why are you saying these things? What is the point? Vapid technical skill is not MCing. It's the King Green Show. This is where I'm supposed to tell you to like and subscribe and hype this video, the King Green channel. You know what I'm talking about? This is my music channel. This is my culture channel. This is just whatever the hell I want to talk about. So if you enjoy this journey, this is my channel. And go check out the music too. So if you think that complexity doesn't sell records, I would say yes. Lyricism for sure does. All right, I got the baldy out right now. I'm representing for the bald community because they asked me to. They said we are underrepresented, so I had to show out for my guys. You know what I'm talking about? I love people who rap good. I love just hearing the technical skill. That's just someone who's a fan of techniques. But we really got to define what lyricism is. And we also got to figure out this. If lyrics are emotion, what part does it play in selling records in this music business? So we got to figure out what the hell the music business is. All right. So music would be organized sound to create a feeling, right? And business is the exchange of value. So the music business is literally selling feeling, selling you emotion. So why are people buying songs? They're buying a song because it makes them feel something. You feel love, you feel joy, you feel anger, pain, sorrow. You feel these emotions. Think about when you hear a song, you're out somewhere and you got to Shazam it. You got to have that song. That's emotional response. You need to have it because you feel that. You either feel the emotion of the actual music, the beat, the joy it brings you, or you heard the words and you related to it, which is why people speak in music. Lyrics don't sell records. A song is a musical composition that's usually short and it's performed by the human voice. In the music business, they call songs copyrights, right? And what is a copyright by law? It is lyrics, melody, and rhythm. This is the melody. These are the lyrics. Stop! And this is the rhythm. So now you have a song. So a third of the value of a song is the lyrics. Lyrics don't sell records. This is a problem what a lot of rap fans have. They think that technical skill is lyricism. The thing is that someone could be incredibly technical, but emotionally empty, where someone can be pretty simple and be emotionally devastating. And still in that simplicity, there's so many complexities to the core of what rap is and what hip hop and MCing is. It's important that I like to use that word MCing because I'm trying to keep it to the foundation. Hip hop is a cultural, rhetorical art form. It's about the language, the culture, and the rhetoric and the marriage of all those things. Then you really rapping, then you really MCing. And the highest level of lyricism isn't about complexity. It's about persuasion, which is rhetoric. Hip hop is a cultural, rhetorical art form. So taking ideas, whether simple or complex, and displaying it to an audience so they can experience it in a completely different way, that's MCing. That's having that mic control. Let me show you what I mean, all right? I want to show you what the display of lyricism in 3 different spaces: pop, rock, hip hop. Then I want to break down 3 levels of MC, like the complexity levels and when a bar is nice and when it's not nice, because someone could technically say something, someone could use a simile, but doesn't mean that the bar is nice. So let's start with Jay-Z. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. If you shoot me, you famous. That line is very simple and communicates a simple idea, but it's using a lot of rhetorical devices to actually communicate this actual idea. So if you take away all the rhetoric, it's simply saying if someone harms a celebrity, they receive attention. That's the entire idea. It's very simple. But what does Jay-Z do rhetorically? If I shoot you, if you shoot me, those are parallels. That sentence is built on direct opposition or antithesis. And there's an irony because the exact same action produces completely different outcomes. One person becomes a criminal, the other becomes famous. And this line is also an enthymeme. An enthymeme is one of the most powerful rhetorical devices. An enthymeme is when the audience supplies a missing premise. In the line, he doesn't explain why the shooter becomes famous. The listener completes the argument by themselves. The technical parts of that line, whether simple or not, that punchline, it's not about the technique of the punchline. It's about the persuasion. It's about the point he's trying to make. Let's move on to a different Jay-Z lyric that everybody knows. If we remove all the rhetoric, this is a simple idea. My brand has become more valuable than any business I own. In this simple line, Jay-Z is using antonoclassis, which is basically 2 words in the same sentence meaning something different in a pun, usually to show 2 different meanings. 1, a businessman is a person. 2, a business is an institution. It's constructing authority. This is ethos. Ethos is part of the rhetorical triangle. Watch the old video so you can know the rhetorical triangle, look it up. But ethos is the part of rhetoric that is displaying credibility. In this line, he is presenting himself as something larger than an individual. He is the institution. And that line literally changed how people perceived him. But let's leave rap. Let's leave rap alone. The game needs me. Because people act like lyricism only exists in hip hop. That's not what makes Jay-Z sell, right? But Taylor Swift sells a lot, right? Taylor Swift sells a whole lot of records, a whole lot of songs. All her albums sell. Lyrics don't sell records. And she is a lyricist. In one of her songs, Mastermind, she has a line where it's once upon a time, the planets and the fates and all the stars aligned. You and I ended up in the same room at the same time. That actual idea is very simple. We met. That's it. We met. That is the idea she's conveying. She's only conveying that we met. She's basically using hyperbole. The entire universe is involved in 2 people meeting. It's a cosmic metaphor. The stars become a symbol for destiny. It's all about fate. And most important, she's using what we said before, an enthymeme. She never says our relationship was meant to happen, but that's what she's implying with all of this, that it was fated. The little 13-year-old girl listening to this record, she supplies that conclusion herself. That one lyric persuades that little girl in seeing coincidence as destiny. And that is the power of rhetoric. And the next line is even more barred up. And the touch of a hand lit the fuse of a chain reaction of counter moves to assess the equation of you. Checkmate, I couldn't lose. Taylor got some bars. What's the actual idea in this line? I studied you and successfully pursued you. She's taking one simple idea and using the framework of science, math, and chess to persuade the audience that this wasn't random, that this was purposeful, like science, math, and chess. Those are bars. That's the technical skill, meeting the emotion, and the popularity, and obviously a giant audience. Now let's go to a rock band called Death Cab for Cutie.
How I wish you could see the potential of you and me. It's like a book elegantly bound, but in a language that you can't read just yet.
Remove the rhetoric, and what is the simple idea being explained here? We'd be great together, but you don't realize it. That would be like a Beatles lyric, because the Beatles weren't really spitting bars like that. They were pretty straightforward. It's like a book elegantly bound, but in a language that you can't read just yet. So you're using this device of a simile to shift the responsibility away from the relationship and onto perception itself. The value exists. The other person just can't see it. It's like a book elegantly bound, but in a language that you can't read. So you see the beautifulness of this book, but you open it up, it's like, I don't understand what this thing is saying. And again, the audience completes the argument in their head, which again shows persuasion. And this is what I think people miss about lyricism. They think lyricism is complexity. Lyricism is not complexity. It's emotion being conveyed. So if you think that complexity doesn't sell records, I would say yes. Lyricism for sure does, because emotions are everything. And the rhythm, the melody, and the lyrics all convey emotions. And that highest level of lyricism, which is MCing, is not rhyming, it's not punchlines, it's not complexity. It's basically making people see ordinary ideas in an extraordinary way. All right, this is where the conversation gets interesting. There's 3 levels of lyricism to me. One is directly making a statement, like just the direct statement, I miss you. That is a direct statement. It's conveying an emotion, and you're letting someone understand how you feel, and you put it into song. That's the direct 1 level lyricism. Then there's number 2. I miss you like the desert miss the rain, where it has the direct meaning, but it relates it to somebody to see the importance or value or depth of the emotion, right? Like the desert misses the rain. It's like I had to give that imagery so you could feel how much I miss you. Then there's the 3rd level of lyricism. And I'm gonna use this Jay-Z line again because somebody made this comment and they didn't really understand this line because there's so many layers. It's multi-layered. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. In this lyric and in this song, he's not only saying that he misses this person, he's also expressing his invulnerability, not his vulnerability. He's saying, I can't see it coming down my eyes. Like he was built to not show emotion. So he's making this song cry. This is the only place he can actually convey this emotion. So the miss or that hurt or that longing is so dissonant. Like it's crazy for him to even feel and acknowledge the fact that he misses this person. And then he has to only use the one place where it's allowed for him to convey emotions, which is a song. That's the depth, with the same straightforward idea being longing and missing, but there's 3 levels there. That is the highest form of lyricism, the ability to move people emotionally and intellectually at the same time. A lot of times people think about somebody having great lyricism and great artists because they relate so much to the lyrics. And that makes sense because that is how you feel and you relating to that experience, to that story, or whatever that person is saying. And then there's also people who think about it from the technical aspect and be like, wait, no, but this artist uses this many words, has a larger vocabulary and diction. But when someone's doing both of those things together, that's when they're considered as one of the greats. That's when people are talking about them. And usually those people, if they're not writing their own lyrics, they have someone with that capability making sure that lyrics are there so they could sell records. Speaking to the levels of lyricism, I want to talk about this one thing I saw on IG because this showed me that people process things differently. And that's all right. But there's levels to this breakdown and lyricism shit.
When Drake said,
I'm feeling like BTS cause it took the whole career for me to be so discovered.
it took many years for BTS to be discovered and become mainstream. But the way he says the word career sounds like Korea. And the way he says so sounds like Seoul. Seoul is the capital of South Korea where BTS are from. Drake is the GOAT. When Drake said,
I'm feeling
Like, what?
I'm feeling like BTS cause it took the whole career for me to be so discovered.
I feel like BTS, it took my whole career to be Seoul. The Seoul is the capital in South Korea where BTS is from, to be Seoul discovered. Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
I can't front. I did not even catch that one.
That's
Bro,
what I'm
that's
saying, bro.
fire.
Like, I can't believe we even have to do this for the
Bro,
people that
why
don't
is it fire?
listen.
No, but see, here's the thing. Why is it fire? Can you explain that? Can they explain that? Not really. This is an illusion and a pun. So BTS career for Korea and Seoul discovered for Seoul, the capital of Korea. All this is an illusion and a pun. And a pun is like the low-hanging fruit of bars. Most dad jokes that people make fun of because they're corny are puns. The fact that there's just a pun there is exciting these fans. And it's no discredit to Drake. It's just that these people are just excited because there is a pun, but there's no reason for it. Like, it's just a sound-alike puzzle. That's all it is. BTS is from Korea. Korea sounds like career, and Seoul sounds like soul. It's a sound-alike puzzle. And rhetorically, it's ornamental and not argumentative. It's like decoration on the bar, but it doesn't deepen the bar. It didn't give us anything. There's no meat on the bones. Okay, we defined lyricism and all that. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. But let's just ask this question. If lyrics did not sell records, why do people search for lyrics? Why do people even have lyrics in songs? If we think about the biggest records in the world, we think about Michael Jackson, Thriller. We think about The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. Michael Jackson on Thriller, Quincy Jones made sure the best pens were there with him to write amazing lyrics. And that goes for all the pop stars. If we look at the charts right now, that goes for so many pop stars where the lyrics matter so much. Why does Kanye always have great lyricists write his lyrics? Because they are going to convey emotions better than he can. I'm talking about the basics of lyricism. You have to sell music. You need lyrics. And the best lyricists who can synthesize their skill into a song make great records. Great records have great lyrics.